Hey, welcome to Lab Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
And today we're going to play
Imperium. Not the 1977 game.
No, this
of
is
Imperium.
2018.
All right, circa 2018. So this game of Imperium is a deck builder and hand management game about civilization building.
Indeed.
So designed by Nigel Buckle and David Turchi for NSKN Games. This one plays 1 to 4 in about 60 minutes.
All right. So after the break, join us at the table and we'll show you how it plays. All right, welcome to the table. Here we have Imperium.
Well, we don't have an Imperium yet.
Well, soon to be an Imperium. And it is set up for 2 players. And what is Imperium? Imperium is a civilization builder. It's a card game. And as you said, it's a hand management deck building.
Yes.
You're sort of building a tableau, but it really presses the hand management bit, I think.
It does, yeah.
Game. And the deck building.
You kind of like build your tableau and then destroy it and then build it back up again.
Yeah, and you're just basically expanding your nation and advancing.
Yes, making progress.
In progress, yes. So we'll explain how to play. So we have the game set up. If you look at the table, we'll show you real quick how we have this set up, and we'll go over our nations.
Yes.
Or nationalities, if you will.
Right.
And some of the setup.
Empires.
Our empires.
Well, it's our barbarian tribes right now,
so
I guess.
all players start the game in the barbarian state, so we're all barbarians at this point. And that makes a big difference in what cards you're allowed to play.
Correct.
On your turn. So I've decided to play the game as the Romans. And the Romans start with a passive ability. So when taking a heart action, which is like glory action, draw an additional 1 before selecting 1 to keep, and then gain some progress.
Yeah.
So we'll explain what that means later, but that just means that I get to draw an extra card at some point.
Yes.
Which you'll see. So who are you?
So I chose the Egyptians.
Okay.
So their ability is at the start, so it has this keyword start. So at the start of my turn, I can pay 1 population and take 1 unrest card to gain an action. So it's kind of an expensive cost, but allows me to take an extra action if I want to. It also gives me a separate action called exhaust, where I can remove the exhaust marker from my development area, which we'll also get to when and if that even comes up.
It will come up.
Yes.
Maybe. It might come up, but we'll explain in a bit. So as you can see, there's a lot of cards already set out, and there's a certain specific way you need to put the cards out in this game and sort of seed the market, we'll call it, right? So every player has their own deck of cards, and there's certain cards that go into your starting deck. There are development cards that we each have along the right side that we'll be bringing into our empire once we
become an empire.
Become an empire, right? So ascending is what you want to do. And in order to ascend, you need to get all of these cards off of this deck and into your main deck.
Right.
And then when that final card comes in, you ascend and you become an empire finally, and you're getting out of this barbaric state. So then that's when the Roman Empire really takes off and takes over the world. Or the Egyptian
Empire.
Like I said, the Roman Empire will absolutely take over. So in this game, there are 3 different resources. There's people. There are materials, so it's just generic materials. And then there's the coveted progress.
Right.
And these are worth points at the end of the game. Or they can be used during the game as 1 person or 2 materials.
Correct.
Which is kind of a waste of a whole point.
Yeah, I know. But if you need it.
You want to go over the centerboard setup?
Yeah, sure. So again, this is a prototype.
Yep.
So in the game, I believe that there will be actually a mat or board of some kind where you can store all this stuff, and it'll tell you where to place it. But we'll tell you what's going on because it's pretty easy. So a couple of things. We have 3 different decks here and then a main deck. And these are going to be cards that we'll be able to draft into our hand to help us build our deck and our empires.
Yes.
So we have 3 decks here, 1 being the uncivilized deck. So those are going to include a lot more of like the barbarian cards and some uncivilized type things. A civilized deck, and then also a region or territory deck.
Yeah.
where these are like rivers and other kinds of things that'll give us some benefits.
Yeah, it's just land
the
you're
game.
taking on.
Yeah, exactly.
Building out
You're
expansion.
expanding.
It's how to expand your empire.
The main deck here includes all of the same cards with the addition also of these
Vassal cards.
vassal cards. They're like helpers, like Armenians.
Well, they're kind of like people you've taken over. They're doing your
exactly.
bidding.
They're doing your bidding for you. But in any case, the reason why it's set up this way is that so you really do have the opportunity to grab some of these uncivilized cards and things. You're not digging through the main deck the whole time to do that. So.
And these are more like, think of these as technologies that
Yep.
you're gaining, and these are
Exactly.
expansion territories.
Yeah, so for example, on the board right now, we have road building as an uncivilized
Right.
advancement, and then like exports for civilized advancement. So that's what we have going on here. And we can acquire these one of two ways. One is to actually acquire them, and the other is
breakthrough.
through breakthrough.
Yep.
So we'll explain how that works when we get to it during the game, but we will be drafting these and adding them to our hand. Up here on the upper right, we have a deck of unrest cards, and there are not that many of them. So we will hopefully not be acquiring too many of these, but they will come out, and when that deck is exhausted, that is one way to signal end of game. Unfortunately,
The bad way.
that is the bad way. So that will mean we've kind of all crumbled. So we kind
Our
of all
people
lose.
aren't happy. Yeah.
So we don't want that to happen. So throughout the game, we're going to be getting these unrest cards, but you'll see us taking actions to try and repopulate that deck as much as possible so that collapse does not happen.
Correct.
So the final deck that we have up here is
The glory
deck, which I call the King of Kings deck because that's
Yeah.
what it's just sitting there. So this is another way to signify end game. This is ultimately what we're going for. So these are our glory aspirations, and there will be points during the game where we'll be able to draft from this deck. That's actually what your ability speaks
Yeah,
to.
every nationality has one card that allows you to perform glory.
Yes.
And you'll be able to take from that deck.
Correct. Once we get through that deck and the last card remaining is the King of Kings, whoever takes that will trigger end game.
Right.
So I think that's it for the main board.
All right, so I think that about does it. There's a couple things to note on these cards. There are these pins on the top of the cards, and those cards are cards that you can pin into your tableau,
Right.
and they will stay out until you get rid of them, right? And there's things that'll happen. There are symbols in the upper right, so these are more like production symbols. So you have like a hammer and anvil, you'll have wheat, you'll have water, and they all kind of refer to other cards that give you actions. You have cards that don't have the sticky, at the top, which are just for their action, for their text. You'll play them, and then they'll go into your discard pile.
Correct.
You also have crowns and axes. The axes can only be played during the barbarian state.
Right.
The crowns can only be played during the empire state. So you have to be aware of what those symbols
Right.
are showing. And then we'll show you how everything else works
Exactly.
and how we cycle through our decks and what that means. Every player starts with a hand of 5 cards.
Yep.
And then we're just going to alternate playing back and forth. And we'll show you, and Francis will explain the turn structure
Yes.
once we begin. So let's, I think we should just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So we
Okay,
have-
so what does the turn structure structure consist of, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So why don't you go over the three options?
I'll
on your
go
turn?
over this as I go through my cards here. So you have 3 options on your turn, and the first is to take a normal turn. And what that consists of is 3 actions, and really the only actions that you have is to play cards. So we play 1 card that's going to count as 1 action. And we have these nice handy little action trackers where you're going to get a default of 3 actions. There are some cards and some abilities that allow you to have more actions, like my bonus, for example. So there are a couple more numbers on there in case you have extra actions to spend, but typically it's going to be 3. So that's your first option, is just to play cards.
Right.
Okay. Your second option is to do what's called a revolution, and that's where you can return any number of unrest cards from your hand to the unrest deck. So if you end up with a whole bunch in your hand, typically the unrest cards, you have a choice to pay a population or discard 2 cards or pay 3 materials to return 1 card to the deck.
It's expensive.
It's kind of expensive. So if you have a bunch, you might want to take
it's
a
a
turn
whole
doing
action.
that. Exactly. Well, no, I'm saying if you spend those resources to do it, yeah, you spend a whole
And
action.
it's an action,
to get
yeah.
rid of-
And
to
on
get
top
rid
of
a card.
resources, sure.
Yeah, so your second option is to do that.
Yeah.
Your third option is to do what's called a breakthrough by way of
Discarding your entire hand.
discarding your entire hand. And that's called innovation.
Yes.
I was looking for the keyword. So,
Yes.
so if you do an innovation, you can discard your entire hand of 5 and simply do a breakthrough, which allows you to just take one of these cards. Now, when you do a breakthrough, you're going to only take the card, not the unrest underneath. If you do an acquire action through some other means during your turn, you actually have to take the unrest card as well. So it's a benefit to do the breakthrough, but again, that's your entire turn.
That's right.
So
with that in mind,
that being said,
how are you going to start us off? And discarding cards in this game is not a penalty. It's actually good, because the more you cycle your deck, you'll start to see, the more you'll start to get into these cards and eventually get into your developments once you become an empire.
right.
And that's where you get some really powerful abilities.
Okay, so I am actually going to be boring, and I'm going to take a revolutionary turn. So I'm not taking actions.
Oh,
I'm
and
just going to...
forgot to mention that we each start with starting resources. We didn't go over that. So we
yeah.
start with 3 materials, 2 people, and
One
one
progress.
progress.
Correct. So I'm going to return these 2 unrest cards to the unrest pile.
Wow, I'm automatically burning those.
Automatically, yep.
That's your whole
Get 'em
turn.
out. They're worth -2 points.
Yeah.
And they just clog up your whole deck. So now it's the end of my turn. So I'm going to close out my turn. I can discard any number of cards I want back to my discard pile, and then draw up to my current hand limit of 5.
That is right.
So I think I will. None of these are really any good for me right now.
No good for me.
No good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and trash all of these. So I'm gonna drop 5. Okay. Now something I will point out too, I will talk about what we do to cycle our very small number of cards, our very small deck here. But that's not gonna happen until you physically have to draw a card.
Yep.
Which hasn't happened yet. So even though I drew up all my cards, I'm not ready to cycle just yet.
Not yet?
It is your turn with that.
Okay. So I'm actually going to take my 3 actions this round. So I'll start out on 3. So my first action will be to play... I'm going to play a card into my tableau. It's called Po Valley.
Po Valley.
Now this has got a pin, so it'll stay out here. And the text says you may garrison 1 card. So garrisoning a card allows you to take one of your cards and bury it beneath this card. It's just garrison now. It gets it out of your hand, but it can be reclaimed if you ever have to get rid of this territory. And that can be done through using the glory action, which you'll see. They're called abandoning territories, and they just go to your discard pile, and the card underneath will get put back in your discard as well. So it'll get back into your cycle. So it's good to get rid of cards from your hand and from your deck to help you cycle faster. So that's my first action, right? So now I'm on to my next one, my second action. And I'm going to play Prosperity. And what that'll do is all players may draw a card.
And even though I could if I had cards here, that does not allow me to cycle my deck because I don't have to.
That's unfortunate. And I'm going to gain 1 material per anvil, or gain 1 person per land, so per territory. So I can either choose a person or a material here. So I'll take a material. And that is my second action. And my third action will be to play Dalmatia. And I will also garrison another card. And the only card you can't garrison in this game is the glory card. You only have 1 of those.
Right.
So I'm not allowed to garrison that. But I also gain 1 population for doing that based on the card. So I have 2. I probably should have played this after that.
Probably.
The order there was... Oh, actually, I drew that from that, which is why I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. My third and final... Was that my third action? I think it was, right? Played that, drew that, played that, then I played that.
Exactly.
So it's my 3 actions, right? Boom, boom, boom.
Done.
So now I could discard down and redraw 5, but I'm going to hold on to this for right now, and I'm just going to draw up to 4. So I've got 1, 2. Oh, I'm out of cards.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Now I do a draw action. So I draw actually from this pile here.
Yes.
Which is going to get me closer to the
And that's going to go in
Empire
your
State.
discard.
That goes into my discard. And I then shuffle these.
all two of them.
Draw all two of them back up to my 5-card hand. So we are back to
Very
here.
good.
If I had had done a development and it was exhausted, I would then bring this back.
But we are not doing.
We're not doing that yet. So
we're not quite there.
we're not quite there. We can't develop yet until we are out of the barbarian phase. So my turn's over.
Okay. All right. So I will take actions this time as well. Yeah, I had those 2 unrest at the same time last time. That's kind of crappy.
That's not good.
All right. All right, I'm going to first play my Conquer card, so I can choose to pay 2 population to acquire a region or this guy.
Oh yeah.
Or
a
pay
vassal.
3. I like that.
That's pretty good. The Armenians aren't bad.
I like that. I was gonna get the river, but I think I like that. So I'm gonna pay 2 population to the bank, I guess. And again, so now I'm playing this. It's gonna go in my discard, but I'm taking into my hand both of these. So this unrest, which is kind of crappy, and this.
So now when you acquire a progress token or a breakthrough goes into the pool, and then
reservoir.
a new card comes out from the deck because you've taken from the main pool. So it's not a territory, so it gets unrest underneath it.
Right.
All right, so you continue.
Okay. And let's see. So that was my first action, right? To
That
conquer.
was, yep.
Oh, man. I'd really like to play this card. I guess I might as well do this. So I'm going to do the Armenians. That allows me to acquire an uncivilized card and put this card into my history. So I'll show you how that works in a second. I'm going to take this Code of Laws and the Unrest. So much unrest.
That stays there.
Yeah.
We're going to bring out another vassal.
Oh, that's so good. All right. And that goes there. Now this card goes into my history, so it's not going to go into my discard.
Right.
Our history is going to be located under our power card, which is under that, state card that we have.
And that's out of the game.
Right.
It's history.
It is totally history. So that was my second action. For my last action, I'm not going to do that, or that, or that. I think I'll do this here. So I will play this Nile Valley, and that allows me to garrison a card.
Okay.
And I will do this one.
All right.
Okay. And I'm going to take this into my discard because I have no cards left. Oh, and I'm going to
Well, so you wouldn't be
these
drawing.
two.
Yeah, so you have to trash if you plan on drawing.
trash those.
Suppose you didn't bury any unrest in your garrison.
You know what? I've done that before, and I have other plans for it. So.
Okay.
I'll trash that too. All right.
And you have to allocate.
Yeah, I do. So I can allocate this progress out. Where do I want to put this?
Somewhere good.
I know. See, we have the opportunity during the game to exile these market cards. So it's usually a bad idea to put the progress tokens on ones that you might want to exile in the future. Because you can't exile cards with resources. So we'll go here. And here. Okay.
Okay. You're done.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do my 3 actions this turn. I'm going to start by playing a Conquer card, similar to what you did. Except I'm going to play the 3 people,
Okay.
and that allows me to do a breakthrough. And a breakthrough means I can take the... Actually, no, I'm going to only pay 2. I'm going to do an acquire.
Okay.
And I can acquire a territory or a vassal like you did, but I'm going to acquire this territory because it doesn't come with any unrest.
Yeah.
So there's no real need for me to pay
Right.
to do a breakthrough, right? So that goes into my discard, and I'm going to pin that here. That goes in my hand, I'm sorry. And one of these comes out for the pool, and that's my first action. And my second action is going to be to play the river card. Now I can put a card from my discard pile into my history, and so I may do that. I don't want to. I may exile a card from the market. I may.
You may.
And I don't really see anything I want to exile. And I may garrison a card. So I will. I'll garrison some more unrest because I don't really want to keep that in my hand. And that's my second action, right? So my final action will be to play Prosperity. Now, all players may draw a card.
Okay.
I don't have any to draw, so I can't. Additionally, I get to choose to gain either materials for anvils or people for territories. I have 3 territories. I'm going to take 3 people.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn. So I'm going to not discard anything, and I'm going to go to draw, and I don't have any cards to draw, so I'm going to pull from here, shuffle these up. Actually, there's only 3. So there's my 5 cards.
There you go.
Your turn.
All right.
All right, I have to allocate this. I'll put that here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play the Lower Nile. I can garrison a card, which I will do. Goodbye. And I will play the Code of Laws. So at the start of my turn, I can look at the top card of my deck and discard it. And also passive increases my hand size by 1.
All right, so now you have a
Very
6
good.
card hand.
Very good. What did I do? Lower
2
Nile
actions.
and Code of Laws. So one more.
1 more to go.
Okie doke. I guess I'll do some prosperity. So I can draw a card. And
Oh, so can I, but I have
oops. Oh, so sad. And I can get a material, or I guess I'll do the people per these because I have 2 of them.
get 2
so
people?
2 people, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I guess it's 2 populations, right?
Yep.
Not like necessarily 2 people.
Not 2 individuals.
2 individuals. And that's it. So I will get rid of these 2. Keep on that guy. 1, 2, 3. And actually I have a hand size of 6.
Yep. So you need 2.
So I need 2 more cards.
Yep.
So I'm going to add this guy here.
Shuffle and
I'm
draw
getting
2 more.
close.
You are getting close. All right, so for my turn, I'm going to do my 3 actions. And my first action will be to play Prosperity. And I will gain... I'm going to go with materials. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4 materials this round. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play Prosperity again. And gain 3 people. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to play Glory and conquer these lands.
Very nice.
So now, it's the first time I've played a Glory card.
Yeah.
So abandon 3 territories, right?
Yes.
Including the garrisons. And you do that by putting them in your discard pile. Boom. So all of that goes into my discard. Now draw the top 2 cards of the Glory deck. Because I'm Rome, I get to draw the top 3.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3. Now I get to keep 1. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'll probably just take this one. So I will put these 2 back on top of the pile. All right, and this goes into my hand, I believe, right?
Your Glory
The Glory
card?
card, yeah. All right, yes, it goes into my hand. So that was my 3rd action, right? So I'm going to hold on to these 3 cards, I'm going to go to draw. I can't, so I'm going to take yet another card from here, shuffle these up, and then draw up. So it is your turn.
Ooh, okay. So at the start of my turn, I can look at the top card, and I may discard it, and I will.
Oh, I also gain a progress, by the way.
Oh yeah, you always forget to do that.
I always forget to do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, I think I'll do this. So I will do red land, gain a progress, please. Excuse me. And I'm gonna garrison a card. And I will, I guess. I kind of like that one. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're all gonna come back anyway. So that was one. Played that.
So that was one, right?
Yeah. I think I'm actually gonna do this hieroglyphics.
Okay.
So at the start I can do the same thing. So look at the top of my deck and discard it, or I can exile one card from the market at the start of my turn. So that'll be my second action.
Okay.
And for my last action, I will play the Glory.
Oh, you can do glory too,
Yes. So abandon all these guys and everything underneath.
huh? Okay.
So I'll just keep these over here. Look at these.
You get the top 2.
Yes. Do you already know what they are?
I sure do.
Ooh, I like both of these.
Yeah, they're both good. They're all good.
They're all good, I know.
There's really no bad glory.
That's this one.
Okay.
And that goes
Into your hand.
into my hand, yeah. All right.
So it's discarded.
Yeah.
And you
then
draw.
I'll discard down.
Wow, you discard a lot.
Yeah. Well, I didn't need them.
Yeah,
I
true.
didn't do anything with them anyway.
True, true. All right,
Keep
so
them.
my turn. I'm going to do, wow. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my three action game. But first I'm going to play the, this is a free play, the Eminent Glory card. Draw 2 cards.
Okay.
So I will draw 2 cards as a free action. So my first true action will be to conquer. So that's going to cost me 1 action. And I'm going to pay 2 population to conquer the plains. So I'm going to gain that and that. And that's to acquire. So it doesn't come with any unrest because it's territory. So that's good. So that's 1 action. My second action is going to be to place the plains out. I gain 1 glory, and I'm going to exile 1 card from the market, and I'm going to garrison a card. So I'm going to garrison this card, and what do I want to exile? Anything? Yeah, let's exile the Phoenicians.
Okay.
We'll just exile cards. Why not? So what do we have? All right, so we brought out the leadership card.
Ooh.
All right, so that was my second action. Now for my third and final action, I will put out Dalmatia and garrison another card and gain 1 population. So that was all 3 actions.
Okay.
I have 2 cards left I will hold on to. So I will draw 3. 1, 2, 3. I actually have cards to draw now.
Yeah.
Your turn.
All right. So, start of my turn, I can do this twice. Take the top card of my deck and look at it and discard it if I want to. Yeah, discard that. And for this one, We'll discard that one too. Okay. And I'm not going to exile anything from the market. I'm good. Yeah, that kind of stinks. All right, I'm going to play this advance. Pay 3 materials to acquire anything with the leaf for this guy. I'll take this.
Okay. Well, we're like hitting away at this unrest pile now. There's only a couple cards left.
I know.
We're about to collapse this whole empire.
And I'm going to play this. This is a free play.
Yep.
So this doesn't count as an action. I just took one action though. So I can draw a card or put a card from my hand or discard pile into my history. How many cards do I have left?
Yeah.
5. I don't know if I want to put this in my history or not.
Put something from your hand in there.
Yeah.
Like unrest.
Well, you know what though? No. Yeah, I mean you can put unrest in your
I think that'd be great. if
in
you
your
did that.
history. Wait, what? I don't want to do that. Why would I do that?
Unrest is worth -2 points at the end of the game.
It is, I know. I know why you would want me to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it personally.
Yeah, I'm going to put this in there.
Okay.
Okay, that was free.
You get 2 more.
So my second action is going to be to gain 2 progress
From the Kushites.
from the Kushites. Thank you. And my third action. What do we have out? Let's see. You may draw a card from your choice from your discard pile, place it on top of your draw deck. You can exile a card from that. You may garrison a card. That's good. Garrison a card. Yeah, both of those are pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll do my conquer. So pay 2 people to acquire.
Territory or a vassal.
Oh wait, a territory of. Okay, yeah. I will take the woods
Okay.
with the progress attached.
So progress comes out to the pool.
Yep.
We bring out.
An education system.
All right, but this is
That's
an
nice.
empire level technology.
It is.
But that is really good.
That's very good. All right.
All right, cool. That's your third
And
action, right?
That is my third action. So I draw up 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I always forget that like I can do that. Like get rid of these cards, you know? Get rid of all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's it. Just enough.
I'm gonna get rid of this too. So that I can take this.
Well, then put that in, shuffle,
And draw 1.
and draw 1.
I think, right? Yeah, 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4.
But now
5.
you are
6.
ascending.
Oh no, I didn't have. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
Never
did.
mind. I
You
just replayed the
sure
whole
did.
thing. I'm ascending.
You are now.
So I am now going to flip my barbarian state action tracker to the Empire side.
And you are now no longer allowed to play any cards with the barbarian icon on them.
Correct. Yes, that's why I hid that other one in my history.
Ah,
Because I was like,
okay.
I'm not going to probably use this again.
Understandable. All right, I'm going to take my 3 actions. So I will first start by placing the Gallia and Aquitania, and it'll allow me to garrison some more unrest here. Just keep burying it. And I will play Prosperity. All players may draw a card.
Okay.
And I will gain I'm going to go for people again. So I'm going to gain 3 people for my territories. 1, 2, 3. And my final action will be to... I'm going to advance, maybe. Because I need some tech. So I'm going to play advance for my 3rd action. Pay 3 to acquire or 5 to break through. This materials they want me to pay. So I'm going to pay 5. I'm going to do a breakthrough. 1, 2, 3, 5. Because I'm a little heavy on unrest right now. And I can take a uncivilized or a civilized technology, and I want the education system.
No.
So I will take that without the
wanted that
unrest
so
into
bad.
my hand. One of these comes out to be allocated.
Okay, now let me explain something. So the next card that came out here was a region, and regions don't have unrest.
Yep.
So we're gonna actually just take that out.
It goes right back to the pile,
Right back there.
which is good.
Yep. And you need to allocate that.
I will, but I'm not done yet.
Okay.
It was my 2nd action. Right? No, it was my 3rd. I think I played Antiquita, I did Prosperity, and then I advanced. Right, so that's my 3rd. So then I will put this... Put that here. And I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, that education system is so good, but I can't use it yet. So I'm going to discard that for now because I'm not going to need that. And I'll hold on to you so I get to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and I'm out of cards, so I will take another card, shuffle, and draw 1. Your turn.
All right.
So what are you doing?
Alright, so I'm going to do the Nile Valley. I can garrison a card. This will do that. And do my Lower Nile. Garrison that. Oh, and I was able to, I didn't do these, so at the start I can put that in the discard, and I can put that in the discard,
Yeah,
but I'll keep it.
Build out this way. I think this is
Oh, you think? Is that underneath?
That's a little
them?
low,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Because you never really go out too much more.
No, So those 2 actions, and then, crap, see I have the Triumphant card. So this card cannot be played.
I know. It just
So it's
clogs
like,
your hand.
how do I, yeah.
Well, you just
it's like you just
discard
have to get, yeah, you just have to do that. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and play Prosperity. So you can draw a card. I can draw a card.
Okay.
And you can choose any anvils. I guess I'll take people. I'll take 2 population.
Okay.
Thank you. And that's it. That's
Okay.
all my actions.
All your actions.
So, get rid of this clown.
So you're done.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to take 3 actions then. So I'll start by putting out a river. Crimea River. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. You may exile 1 card from the market. And I may garrison a card. I can do a lot of things here. So do I want to exile something? I guess I do. I'm going to exile Po Valley. Actually, I'm going to put it in my history, rather. Get that out of here. I may exile a card from the market. So I think we'll exile... We'll exile the port, just to get rid of it. Bring a new one out. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And I can garrison here. Do I want to garrison here? So many things I could do with this card. It's crazy. Yeah, let's garrison. Mr. Garrison. All right, so that was 1 action, right? My 2nd action will be to play Prosperity. So I'm going to gain either materials or people, and I'm going to go for materials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my final action will be to glory. So we're going to crush all these guys. And I draw the top 3. Take one into my hand. Let's see what we have here. Nope. If that, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one for sure. Put those back. And that was my 3rd action, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to play... Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to play any of them. All right, I'm going to hold on to these.
Okay.
Finish my turn, so I've got 2 cards. 3, 4, 5. So I'm still not
still
my
in.
deck. Still in it. All right, your turn.
Okay. 3 actions. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to play Free Play Leadership. Choose to draw a card or put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. This triumphant fellow is going into my history because he's very cool, but clogging my hand every time he comes up. So that was Free Play. I'm going to play Unification, so gain 2 progress. Please. And I put this card into my history.
You get to use it once, huh?
Yeah, it's like a one and done. That's fine. It's kind of like a reward for unifying the land.
That was a free play?
No, that was my first action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play Red Land. I can garrison a card. I'll garrison this.
And you gain a progress token.
And I get a progress. And then I'm going to play Glory. Abandon. This
Abandon
guy.
3 of them.
This guy. This guy.
Expand and abandon.
Expand, abandon, expand.
See, I prefer to expand, exploit for the resources.
I know, but that's
and then
not
abandon.
always, it doesn't always happen that way,
I
though.
know.
You know what I mean?
It's about the timing.
It is. Oh. Yeah, I'll take that one. Okay. And that goes in my hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Glory.
And done.
I'm done. How many cards do I have left? So I'm going to have to do this anyway. Okay, so I may be able to do a development this turn, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep these. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. So I need to draw 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'm going to shuffle. So
No, wait, stop. First,
Wait,
you choose your development.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So all I have is a lot of people and progress tokens. So my progress tokens I can use 1 for two materials,
correct.
right? So let me see what I can
And it's your
afford
choice
here.
now when you choose a development, and you can do that once once you have to draw and there's no cards left. You have the option to develop. The only other way to develop is by there's certain cards that actually allow you to develop, but otherwise it's really just when you go to cycle your deck. So you immediately stop, you develop, and each card has a cost, and they all give you abilities. It's going to go into your discard, but then it's going to get shuffled and into your new deck. And this is part of the end game conditions, is if someone gets through their entire development deck.
Right, exactly.
Adds all of these to their deck, then that signifies end game.
Okay, so I'll give you an example of some of these that I'm thinking about. So one is called development, and you can choose, because again, these are going to go in your hands. So when it comes out, you can choose to develop immediately,
Yep.
or pay 2 materials to acquire 2 different kinds of buildings. So you're uncivilized or civilized. The embalming is also cool. So anytime you pay a population to do anything, you may put 1 card from your hand into your history, and it also increases your hand size by 1.
That's pretty good.
That's really good too. This one reduces development costs by 1. Right now, I think I'm going to go with embalming.
Okay.
That's going to be, but I'm going to pay 2 progress for that because
That's
I have no materials.
4 materials. Is that all it costs? 4 materials?
That's all it is.
Okay.
But the reason why I did that is because the other one I wanted to do cost 3 materials and 1 people, and you can't round
You don't get
with
change.
those. You don't get change back.
No
so.
change.
So yeah, so this goes into my discard.
Discard. Now you shuffle.
And I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to put this token on there.
Yep.
Now, as an action, I can take that off, but it may not be worth it for me to do that
Right. The next time you draw up to your hand
Right.
without triggering another development
Yeah.
action, that comes off.
Exactly.
So
So you can go.
I can go. You sure?
You may
right.
proceed.
I'm going to start by playing Eminent. This is free play. Draw 2 cards. So I'm going to draw my last remaining card. And it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be, but that's okay. What I am going to do is use this card now. Yeah, so I will play, for my first action, I'm going to play Advance. And it's going to pay, if I pay 5 materials, I can do a breakthrough of a innovation, which is either the leaf or the pillar. And it could be any one of these. And I will take, I'll take road building. So I did a breakthrough, so I don't take the unrest. Did that on purpose. And I draw from this pile. Oh, the city, I like that one.
Ooh.
I do like that one.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
Yep. So I get another action will be to, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play Conquer for my second action, which will pay 2 people. And I will acquire land. And I will take the hills.
That's good.
Because the hills have eyes. Oh, that's going to get some unrest.
Yeah.
And I will play, as my third action, the hills that I just got. So I gain a population for that. And I may exile a card from the market. And then garrison a card. So do I want to exile something here? I have a lot of choices. I'll exile the city. And we'll see what comes out next. A monument. Oh, you get a free play on
Unrest.
Unrest. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Because I did acquire.
Because everybody's sitting there like looking at the monument.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's it. That's my third action.
Okay.
But I do get to bury a card, and I will. I'm going to bury education because I can't play it yet.
All right.
So I've got,
And allocate your progress.
oh, and I've got 3 cards, and I may dump a card. 1. I'm going to dump 1. So I'm going to allocate this to here. And I have 2 cards that I want to hold on to. I am out, so I'm going to bring that in. And then I will shuffle.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. So start of my turn, I can look at these 2.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That stinks. Alright, I'll look at this one. Oh, great. Super. Alright. So. Yeah, none of these are like very, very good. Alright, so I'm going to free play this guy, Marvelous. So look at the top card of your deck. You may discard it, leave it there, or put it into your history. And it is Unrest.
Oh,
Great. I will discard it.
why don't you put that in your history?
Bye. I don't want to put that in my history.
I want you to put that in your history.
Your history.
Your history.
All right. So for my first action, I guess I'll bring out this guy, the Woods. So you can draw a card of your choice from your discard pile and place it on the top of your draw deck. I will do that. Put this guy on there because I like that. You may exile a card from the market, and you can garrison 1 card. I'm going to get rid of this. So we can put this unrest back, hopefully. Maybe.
Maybe. Nope.
Nope. Okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, treat water
Irrigation.
as 3 anvils.
3 anvils. That's great.
Huge production.
For prosperity.
Thing is, materials at the end of the game mean nothing. So
I know, yeah.
to get a ton of it, I mean, it's helpful.
Yeah. And I can garrison a card. So I'm going to garrison this guy. All right, and my last 2 actions, 1, 2, I'm going to do unrest. So
Oh, you're gonna pay for
I'm
them.
just gonna pay for them.
Materials or people? So that would be 2 people. Thank you.
And that's it.
All right, so draw up, and it is my turn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that
So-
unrest pile was getting like mighty low.
Yeah, it was. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start by, my first action will be to build a road building. All right, and at the start of my turn, I'm going to gain 2 materials. And now my conquer cards lose the axe icon.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I can still conquer even as an empire, which would be nice. So that's my first action. My second action is going to be to build the city of Rome.
Very nice.
And I may discard a card at the start of my turn, gain a person or a material, and draw a card. So I have a lot of options. But these are going to stay out here now. And my third action will be to... I'll just play... You know what? I'll pay 1 person to get rid of 1 unrest. I think it needed to happen. And I'm done. So I'm going to hold on to these 2 and draw 3 more. Your turn.
All right, so I'll do this first. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And no. Okay. All right, so this is a free play.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a card, like draw a card, or put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. I think I'll put a card into my history. This one.
Okay.
Since I can't play it anymore anyway.
Free play.
Yeah, that was free play. All right. I'm going to play the Nile. I can garrison a card, but I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do red land, gain progress.
All right.
And I can garrison, but I'm not going to. This one too, and then for my last action, ooh. I'm gonna put this out called embalming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it here, but I'll move it. No, because that's too close to my discard.
Yeah, all right.
I'll move it in a minute, but because that's gonna stay pinned for the game probably. So that was one of my developments I got, and so it's passive. Anytime I pay a population for something, I can put a card from my hand into my history.
Okay.
And it increases my hand size by 1 again.
So you
my
have
hand size is
7 cards. Wow.
And that is it for me.
it
That's
for
all I
you.
could do. So I've got 1, 2. I've got 4, 5, 6,
Did
7.
you remove your blocker token last time?
This is my first one. This is my first time.
You went through your deck once?
I only went through it once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why?
No, I mean, you haven't, because you're shuffling now.
Yeah.
That's where you would normally get to.
I can't develop because I have that stuck there.
So you're going through your deck once entirely for 1 hand.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a problem?
No, I just didn't know if your last hand, if you didn't draw your deck completely out.
No, I did. I put out a lot of cards this time.
Okay.
I only cycled through my deck once. It just looks like I have a very small deck because most of my cards are out here garrisoned or just out
that's
in my
fine.
pile, and
I
I've
just
been
didn't
tapping them into my history.
Want to see you lose out on the development action. But now that goes off.
But now this goes away.
Right,
Yeah.
and you can develop next turn.
I appreciate your concern.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, you're not cheating. Okay, so I'm going to start by playing Gallia Aquitania again, and I'm going to garrison a card. That's my first action. My second action is going to be to... I don't know if I want to do this one. I don't think I do. Second action is going to be to... I guess I should. Yeah, I'll do it. Prosperity is my second action. So we each draw a card.
Okay.
You may draw a card, you don't have to. And I will gain, do I want people? I can get 3 people. Yeah, I'll go with 3 people. And I will do my final action will be advance, which will allow me to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 materials to do a breakthrough. And that breakthrough is going to be on monument. And that will go into my hand. And another city will come out. And I will put this on that.
Nice.
And that was my last action. So I have 1, 2, 3 cards. I will discard 2. And I will draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Your turn.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do this one. So my first action, the Lower Nile. Which lets me garrison a card. And I guess I'll garrison this guy. Not that it is really gonna matter. Yes. And then I'm going to play Flood of the Nile. So abandon a water feature, including garrison, to choose to gain 5 resources, or if you're an empire, which I am, breakthrough for an uncivilized or civilized development.
Technology. Or innovation.
Oh yeah, not development, sorry. I'm thinking about the card that I want instead. I don't know. This one's like game end points wise. I never know if that's like a good deal. It's 1 VP per 10 cards.
It's going to be worth like maybe 3
You
points.
know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, no, I've had that one.
Yeah.
It really wasn't worth a lot of points.
Oh, but I like this one actually. I'm going to take the city.
Mm-hmm.
I've wanted that for a while.
Okay.
So that's a breakthrough. So I do not take the unrest.
Goes in your hand though.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
You have to burn a river.
Yeah, I do. Hold on a second. I'm going to burn this guy. And that was my second action.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And for my third action, I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Wait, I didn't get my resources.
What resources?
Oh, no, I did breakthrough instead of getting resources.
Oh, yeah. See?
Oh.
Cheating. Always cheating.
I guess I'll put out my city.
Mm-hmm.
For my last action. But I also have a free play that I will free play. So choose draw a card, which I can't do, or put a card from your hand or discard pile into your history. Which I don't know if I even have anything. I don't really have a card I want to do with that yet. I might just keep that one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about... I don't have that. Actually, instead of putting this out, I think I want to play Prosperity instead. And I'll explain why. Because I need resources,
Mm-hmm.
and this will give me 1 people per one of these that I have.
Yep. That's 3
So,
people. You want
I'd
3
like
people?
3 people, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
And your turn is over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I'll discard that. And guess I'll discard that. Actually, I think I'll keep that. What? Well, it's very important, these decisions right now. You know?
Oh, I know. I sure know.
Alright, I'll keep all these 4, but I do get to shuffle again.
You can develop? Because you gotta do that first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I will, actually. I should have done the thing where I clear this out before I did this.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
But that's alright.
Alright. Okay. I'm going to develop pyramids. That's appropriate, right?
I would say.
Alright.
What does that do for you?
So it's a passive. When it comes out and I pin it, reduce the cost of playing Unrest by 1 to a minimum of 1. And it increased my hand size by 1 also.
That's
I like
good.
increasing my hand size.
You do?
And it costs 3 people
Wow.
and 2 materials. So I'll pay 1 of these. And 3 of my people. And that goes in my discard.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So
And I paid a population, so I may put a card from my hand into my history. I don't think I want to do that. I don't have the
it's
right...
always a May.
It's a May, yeah.
a May.
All my bad cards are garrisoned right now, so...
Alright. So then I will go. What to do. So I'm going to do a free play first and draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. Alright. And then I will play the Monument as my first action. Because it is glorious. Okay.
I had to allocate this too.
That's my first action. Now, I get a free play by exhausting this to get rid of Unrest.
Nice.
So I
And
exhaust
do you have to
it.
pay for that?
Free play.
Oh, but it's a
by
free
exhausting
play.
it.
Like,
Yeah, so that'll be my action, my second action.
yeah,
But it's free because it doesn't cost me anything.
right.
I'm pretty sure. All right, so I'm pretty sure that the free play is for the action, but not the resource. So I'll pay the 1 person for the
Yeah.
Unrest. So it doesn't cost me an action. So that was 1 action. I still have 2 more up my sleeve. I'm going to play this Dalmatia, and that'll let me gain a population. That's my second action. And I can bury a card here. So I will bury this one. I get 1 more action. So I'm going to do a Glory for my third action, and I will abandon these 3 territories. And I will get to look at these top 3. I also gain a progress token. I always forget to take that. 1, 2, 3. And I keep one of these. I will take this one into my hand. And that is my turn. So I get to draw up. I'll discard you. And I'll draw up to 5. So 1, 2. Boom. I take him into my discard.
Julius Caesar.
That's my...
Nice.
do these go in your hand or your card? Or your, I think these go in your hand. Yeah. Only these go in your discard.
Yeah.
So I get him. That ends it. I'm actually going to now become an empire. I've ascended. So it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So start of my turn. I do my deal. I'm not gonna discard that. I'm gonna play leadership, which is free play.
Yep.
Choose a card, like draw a card, or put a card from your hand or discard into your history. I'm gonna draw this guy, and then I'm going to play. I'm going to free play this guy. Look at the top card of your deck. Discard it, leave it there, or put it in your history. I'll discard it. Yeah, I'm going to discard it. All right. Action time. I'm going to play so many cards. Good. Yeah, I need to get that out too. Alright, maybe I can save those. I think I'll start off with glory. So I'll abandon these 1, 2, 3. Take these 2. Oops, 1, 2. Didn't you take the top 3?
I did.
You took all of them.
No, there were 4 cards there.
Yeah.
I took the
But you
top
only
3.
take the top 2.
No, I took the top 3.
Oh.
I keep 1.
Yeah, but there's 3 cards there now, is what I'm saying.
There were 4.
Yeah. So you took all 4?
No, I took 3. I left 1.
I'm confused.
I don't know what you mean. I took the top 3. I looked at them. I kept 1 and I put 2 back. And now there was...
No, but now there's 3.
There were 4.
Oh, but you took all 4 of them.
I didn't take all 4.
I thought when you pulled them off, I saw that guy.
I pulled them off,
but you
dealt
put one
myself
back.
3, put 1 back.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you looked at all 4 of those
No,
cards.
I did not look at all 4.
All right, I'll take that guy.
It's okay. I kept the best one anyway.
Stop it. He goes in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Or my discard.
Yes, he does.
He goes in my hand?
He goes right to your hand.
What? All right. Guy goes there. So that was 1. And then I need to do this. I'll do this. I can garrison a card, except for that one won't let me. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to play Flood the Nile. And I'll take 5 resources this time.
Yeah, I don't think you can use that one anymore, by the way.
Why?
'Cause
Oh, because it's barbarian card. Okay, I didn't use it the last
just
2
like I
rounds
can't
anyway.
use my monument anymore.
Yeah. All right. Or I can break through, but I need the resources.
Okay.
So I'm abandoning those. I will take...
You abandoned 3 properties?
I did.
Okay.
I think I did.
I thought you only... I saw 2, but...
Wait, no, I had 3 out. Why are you going to make me dig? I had the woods, I had the Nile Valley,
Okay. I'm just making
and
sure.
this other one. I had 3. I'm not cheating, I promise.
Just testing.
If I am, I'm sure people will catch it.
Oh, they will.
I will take... I can take 5 materials.
Oh, you flooded the Nile again?
I did. Except instead of doing a breakthrough this time, I'm going to take the resources because that's like the best. I'll take 3 I'll take 4 materials and a people.
And a people? All right.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
All right.
And that was it. That was my last action. But I'm
Not going to develop this turn.
not developing this turn. Yeah, I should have played my exhaust action.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have time. So 1. I need to
And
draw
you'll
some
shuffle
more
up?
cards. Yeah, take this off. I'll shuffle. You can go.
Okay, so I'll do my free play of Julius Caesar. So draw 2 cards, or I may acquire a territory or a vassal. Acquire.
Acquire.
So I'm going to get both of them. So I'll take this guy. Goes into my hand. Regardless, this goes into my history. So Julius Caesar is now history. That's my first action. My second action will be to... Actually, no, that was a free action, so that didn't even count. I will play the Axumites that I just took on as vassals to give me 4 materials. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my first action. And I forgot to put one out. Let's put this out now. What do we have?
Oh, I forgot to discard down. I was going to discard that guy too.
There's corruption.
I guess he should get shuffled in, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always forget to discard.
It's important.
It is.
I have 2 more actions, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 2 people for my last 2 actions and discard 2 unrest back to the unrest pile. And then I will hold on to these 3. I'll discard you. Hold on to these 2.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
You done?
Yep. 3, 4, 5.
Okie doke.
Oh, I forgot to take 2 at the start.
I'm going to cover this guy up, actually.
Forgot to do all
I'm
this.
covering him up,
Okay.
people.
Why'd you cover him up?
Because I can't use him anyway, so he's kind of confusing if he's
Okay.
sitting there. All right, my turn.
Yep.
So top card. I'll discard it. All right, I'm gonna play the pyramids for 1. So that's just reduce the cost of playing Unrest by 1, and it increases my hand size by 1.
That's good.
That's very good. And this guy out, my city. Which allows me at the start to discard a card to gain a people or gain a material or draw a card. And for my third action, none of those really make sense to do. So I'll do this. Red land, and I'll garrison this guy. Okay.
Garrison the unrest.
3, and now my hand size is 8.
Wow. That's uncanny. Okay, my turn. I'm going to start. My first action will be to put out the planes. I will gain progress. And I may exile 1 card from the market and garrison a card. So I'll exile you. And I can garrison a card, huh? I'll garrison you for now. First action. 1, 2. Whew, this is tough. This is real tough. Okay. I'm gonna play Notable. That's my second action. So I can get a breakthrough of any type.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a breakthrough of this Oasis. And he went into my history after I used him. So 1 more action will be an Oasis. And I may exile a card from the market. I'll exile you. I think I also did a breakthrough this round, so that comes out. And we have art.
What is that?
Who's Art?
Oh, Art. Art.
And I'll put that here. That's it for me.
Hmm.
I will hold these 3. Your turn.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Start. Yeah, I'm not discarding that. All right, I'm gonna play Lower Nile, which lets me garrison a card. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And I'll play the Nile Valley, garrison a card, which I'm not gonna do. So that was 1, 2. And then my last will be
I always forget to do this.
what?
At my start, I gain like 2 resources and a person. It's annoying.
I'm gonna do Glory. Abandon these that I just put out.
Mm-hmm.
And draw the top 2. Take him into my hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, discard. Oh, this guy. And this guy. And that lady. And that's it. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to draw 3. So I can develop now,
Mm-hmm.
and I will. So I will do this one, maybe. I'm trying to assess like how close to the end of the game we are.
We're pretty close, actually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we're pretty close.
I think so too. I'll do this, I guess. So that's going to be 3 materials and 1 peoples. And because I paid a people, I can put 1 card from my hand into my history.
Okay.
So I didn't garrison that guy. And he goes into my discard, right? This guy?
Yes.
Yeah. And then
Now you shuffle. Yep.
your turn.
Alright, so I gain a person and 2 materials. I'm going to put out Dalmatia, gain a person, garrison a card, and then that was my first action. Now I'm going to play Glory, which will be my second action. But I will crush these 3, gain, progress, take the last card into my hand, and then I get 1 more action.
Did you play Prosperity?
No,
Okay.
I actually buried it.
Oh, you did?
Yes. So I have 1 action left, but I'm going to play this river. No. I'm going to play this renown to give me 1 extra action. It's a free play. I can put
Okay.
this in my history. So I have 2 actions left. So my first action is going to be to play the river, which I may put a card from my discard pile into my history. So I'm going to do that for sure. And I may exile a card from the market. It's not bad. I'll exile you. That's cool.
Oh
Gives you
my
an extra
gosh.
action. That's pretty hot.
Yeah, but then choose.
Yeah.
Take an unrest or pay
3
3
materials.
materials. That's religion
crazy.
for you.
Yeah. One more card. I'll play the Gallia Antaquinia, but I have no more cards. So
Okay.
it's the end of my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. It's your turn.
Okay. All right. So my code of laws.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Is
that
unrest.
Stinks. All right. This is a free play. So I can choose to draw a card or put a card from my hand or discard in my history. Put this into my history. My history is a mystery.
It is.
That's not really necessary. All right, so my first action,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that. My second action is going to be to do that.
To flood
To
the Nile.
Flood the Nile. So the Nile Valley came out, and then I flood this. So I will gain 5 resources, and I will take 3 materials and 2 people, please.
Okay, so that's 2 actions.
And then my last action will be to remove this.
Okay.
Because I have my exhaust. Remove the exhausted marker.
Yep.
So I exhaust that to remove that exhaust.
Understood. Now you may discard.
Discard. And that's it. 3. How many do I have left? 5. Oh, actually, I'll discard 1 more.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I have 2. My hand was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to draw.
Okay.
So I will develop, and I'll do like this one, I guess. Acquire any type is in your history. That's pretty cool.
History's mysteries.
Histories and mysteries. Did you ever watch that show?
No.
Okay, this is 4 materials and 2 people.
Okay.
All right.
So you're technically exhausted as well.
What?
You're now exhausted on that development.
Why?
Because you just developed. It's not a free develop. You freed it up so that you could do it.
Oh,
And now
so
it's
it's exhausted
exhausted as well.
now? Okay.
Yeah, technically. And then that would come off at the end of
Right.
the shuffle.
Okay.
So, my turn, right? So discard or gain a people. I'll gain the people and the 2 materials as well. And I have a lot of things here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a free.
Oh, crap.
What happened?
I drew this card. I paid people, right?
Yeah.
So that lets me put something into my history.
History, yeah.
I'm just going to put this guy in my history because he keeps coming out and he's
Okay.
bothering me. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm going to draw 2 cards, but I only have 1. That's a free play. I have another free play, which if in the Empire phase, I can develop immediately at no cost. So that's a free
great.
develop action that I'm going to do. So I will take
Oh, right. And that's like a one-time
one-time
thing.
use. And I will probably do this one, Emperor Trajan. So this goes here, but this guy goes in my history now, so it's a one-shot deal. So that's it. But I did get to develop, which was cool, which means I'll actually get to do it twice this round. My next, and this is weird, and you'll find this strange. This card does not have a pin on it, but it has a start text. So how could you use it at the start if it doesn't have a pin?
I think it's supposed to have a pin.
It's supposed to. It's
Yeah.
the education system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my action to put that out.
Okay.
At least that's one action. My next action will be to put out the hills. Again, the hills have eyes. And I will gain people, and I will exile a card from the market. I guess I'll exile religion. And then we draw from here. Oh, it's a land tile, so unrest goes away. That's good. And I may garrison a card, so I'm going to garrison this guy. And my last action will be to just put this guy out and gain materials. And I'm out of cards. So I got to draw up. I don't have any cards left. I get to develop.
Yeah.
So now I actually get to do it again.
Good.
So, what is the best option here? Probably this guy. All right, I'm going to go with the Senate. It's going to cost me 4 materials. And I'm done.
Okay. All right. Look at the top card of your deck. Oh, and at the start, I can discard a card too to choose to gain a people and materials draw card.
Oh, that's what I have. Oh, see, I should have been discarding a card.
Yeah,
that would
we
have
have to
actually
keep
helped me.
track of those.
Yeah, I was just gaining my stuff instead of discarding a card, which I should have been discarding cards. Whoops.
Oops.
I was only penalizing myself, actually.
I've done that before, and it stinks.
Yep.
I can discard a card to choose to gain that, or draw a card. I'll discard this to gain people. Can I have a person, please?
Just one people.
That's all I get.
Man, I should have been discarding cards. What was I thinking?
I don't know. How long have you had that? Forever?
A while, yeah. I would have been able to get through. I would have had my development done so much earlier. I forgot to mark it, so that's exhausted.
Alright, so that was free play.
Yeah, I think that actually, you actually keep that exhausted token on there because they all clear at the same time during your next.
Yeah, but I put this on there during that turn.
Right, and it.
So it would have it came off during my cleanup, just like it always does.
Yeah, it just seems odd. But I guess.
Well, it's the same as your exhaust thing. You take that off every time you clear your.
Right,
Yeah.
but I don't think
It's the same thing. It's the same keyword.
But it comes off. Yeah, you're right.
I know it seems weird.
It
right?
does, yeah.
But you have to spend an action to do that, and really all it does is push up your ability to develop. You know what I mean?
By a whole
like, do you
turn.
really need to develop that quickly? You know what I mean?
By a whole turn, yeah.
By a whole turn. So, anyway, all right. So 3 actions. Let's see. Guess I'll do this free play as well. Look at the top card of your deck. You can discard it, leave it there, or put it in your history. I really like that one though. It's like my resource card. I need that card, you know? Darn it. I like don't really know if that's worth it. You know what I mean? Putting out all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're so close to the end.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Alright, I'll put out that guy. I can garrison a card. Which I'm not gonna do, because I don't really have anything I can garrison. I'll put out this guy. I'll get a progress. Thank you. And I'll put out this guy. So I can draw a card from my discard pile, place it on the top of my draw deck, exile a card from the market, or garrison a card. I don't really care to exile anything. And I'm not going to garrison anything. I can't.
Okay.
Alright, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to shuffle. 7. I need one more card. So that goes back.
Mm-hmm.
This gets shuffled.
Yep. My turn.
And we're up.
Okay, let's do my start. So I may discard a card to gain a person. I'll do that. So I will discard this card to gain a person. Finally, gonna start doing it the right way.
Okay.
I'm gonna gain 2 materials. That's fine. And then I may choose to put a card from my hand into my history. And I will do that. Or move one of these on the market. And I don't need to do that. So that's that. I'm going to get this card. Eminent is free play. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. All right. So my first action is going to be to... Interesting. I'm going to do this. So I will do my first action will be to Emperor Trajan, acquire any type. I'll acquire this marsh.
Okay.
And put this card in my history pile. First action. Second action will be to play the Plains. Gain 1 progress and may exile a card from the market and may garrison a card. I will garrison this card, and I will exile this land and draw this, so more people come out. The Ionians. And now one more action, I will do Glory. So I gain progress, I destroy 1, 2, let's which one I want. 3. These 3 are going to go. And I get the King of Kings, which is now my claimed card, right? Mm-hmm. So I've claimed the King of Kings. When gained, gain 3 progress. 1, 2, 3. If an empire, develop. So I get a free develop action, regardless of whether or not it's exhausted. I get to develop. So I will take... I'll take this card here.
Man, that stinks. I was wondering if you were going to do that, because I was going to do the Glory last time, and I didn't.
Yep. All right, flip card. And on the flip side of the card, end game has been triggered. Because
Right.
I've taken the King of
Now,
Kings.
because you are technically the person, like the last player to
Yep.
my right or left or whatever, we only take 1 more action each,
That's right.
which stinks.
Yep, so I will discard that and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3. I have to draw 2 more. But I am exhausted still, so I can't do that.
Right.
But this is going to clear off this round. I should be able to do it once more before the end of the game.
Well, you only have 1 more turn, so
Oh, yeah. Dang it. If I get through this deck, though.
we'll
I
see.
gotta try. 1, 2. All right. And your turn.
I keep forgetting to discard my cards down again. I stopped doing that at some point. Why do I have these unrests in my hand?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Darn it. Darn it.
Final
Here's what I
turns.
should do. Yeah, this ended rather quickly. I knew it was coming though. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be okay.
Do tell.
It's going to be okay. Alright, first I'm going to flood the Nile. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And instead of my resources, I'm going to take a breakthrough of this guy. Which also gives me the progress.
Oh, you took the breakthrough, huh?
Yeah, just go to my hand.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So that's my first action. My second action is going to be to return this to the unrest deck
You sure?
by paying 2 cards. Well, discarding 2 cards. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this.
Wow, you had that many in your
I
hand?
had that many in my hand. So here, these can go back. That's basically like taking 4 points back.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's it. Those are my 3 actions.
Okay.
And I'm going to draw up, but I'm going to
you
have to
develop.
shuffle, so I'm going to develop.
Yeah.
And what makes the most sense? Probably this guy. So I'll pay a people, and I'll pay 2 progress.
So
Gets me 4 points.
4 material?
So it's like, yeah, it's 4 material and 1 population.
Wow,
So I
expensive.
paid 1 pop and then
Yep.
4 people.
I got you.
So should net me 2 points at
Okay.
the end. That's it.
That's it. Okay. My turn.
All right, let's see what you got.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what I got. I'm going to start by doing eminent. Free play. Draw 2 cards. So I'll draw 2 cards. 1 and 2.
And 3.
And 3 and 4. Okay, so now I'm going to do this start of turn. Actually, it doesn't matter because it's all free. So I can discard a card to draw a card. And I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to discard a card to draw a card. Well, that's weird. I can do that. That's probably worth it. So my first action should be so I'm going to do my first action will be a development. Right? You may break through for one of these technologies, and I think I'll go with
Each other player discards 2 cards.
Yep. So I will break through this. It's a breakthrough, so it comes into my hand, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was supposed to put out a progress token. Let's just pretend I put it over here
Yeah.
for my breakthrough.
Okay. That's fair. So that's my first action. My second action will be to put out... Wow, I've got so many cards in my hand.
Welcome to my game.
I'll put this card here. The river may put a card from your discard pile into your history. And I'll just... History this guy, doesn't matter. That's my second action. Will be... I may... No, I don't want to acquire anything right now. If I acquire something, I'm going to take that
Yeah.
craziness. I don't want to do that.
I know.
You crazy? Okay, I'll just play that. So, at the very least, I get to bury cards. So I can garrison a card here. I can garrison a card here. I gain a guy. I've got 2 cards left. I think that was my last action. So I'm going to discard that. I'm going to draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes!
All right.
So that was my
You
whole
did
goal.
it.
Was to be able to do another
Yeah.
thing, and what's worth the most points? This guy is worth 3 points. So he's going to cost me 2 materials and 2 people.
Okay.
No big deal. And he's going to go there. So that is it.
All right.
That is the game.
And this goes somewhere.
It goes anywhere.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. But we are now scoring it up.
Okay. This is so exciting.
Yes, because you have no idea where you're at. So
You don't have no idea.
all of these are gone.
Let's go aside.
So put them aside. Those are unclaimed. But you're going to score everything in your deck.
Literally everything.
Now, just double check all the victory point conditions on the bottom of your cards with victory points to make sure that none of them have the requirement to be in your history.
Yeah, I don't
that
have any
didn't
of those.
make history.
Yeah.
Only
I would have made
history.
sure that that would have happened.
Only I was the one making history here. So I'm just making sure, and I'm pretty sure that none of these say. Yep, none of these say need to be in the history, so that's good. So now I don't have to worry so much about this.
Okay.
Because these guys were required to be in history
Right.
to get bigger points. Game end. All right, so these are all point cards.
All right. I'm gonna start adding my stuff up
Yeah.
myself. I'll just put these here.
Okay. Yeah. So this
They're
is
like all over the place.
Yeah, this is like you've got certain cards that give you points per certain conditions. Other cards that just give you straight up points, which is good. So yeah, this is the most challenging part of the game, I think.
I think so too. Like making tens.
Yeah, I make piles of 10.
That's what I do.
6, 7. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay. 10, 6. Oosh. Well, I can't do that, so. Okay.
Let's see. 22.
I've got no specific land type scoring, which is kind of lame.
That'll just be 30 in a pile.
Pile of 30.
It's a pile of 30.
Okay, and then all of your progress
Yep.
counters. Whew, all right. Are you good?
I think so.
Let's see what you
But
got
I
over
have
there.
to. These are kind of weird, so I'll have to count those separately.
All right, we'll do that. So
I need a calculator.
need a calculator. Should probably get mine as well.
Yeah.
And let's see how we did here.
Alright. We can do these one by one, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start with yours, right?
Alright.
there.
So I've got 11, 11, 1, 4, 2, and 1, which I believe is 30.
Okay, I'll take
Right?
your word for that.
Well, 22,
30, yep, I
30,
did.
right? And then 10,
Okay,
4, 8, 10,
okay.
9, 10.
10, all right.
Alright, so I've got 60 here.
And cards.
Now, I get 2 VP per civilized icon,
Uh-huh.
and I have 1, 2, 3 of those.
Okay, so that's 6 points.
I don't think I had anything in there. So it's plus 6,
Uh-huh,
plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
uh-huh.
plus 2 VP. Oh, we already did that. 1 VP per 10 cards. So I've got 73 with everything, and now I'm just going to count how many cards I have.
Counting cards?
Counting cards.
Counting cards. Okay. I'm with you so far. I don't think I have that many points.
19, 20. 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Oh, 3 cards short. So 2 points.
So 2 points.
Yeah?
2.
Okay.
75.
All right. So let us see what we have here.
Okay.
So I have a couple things going on. So I've got 6 and 6.
That's 12.
That equals 12. 10.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 1 point for every 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 13, so we'll just stick with 12.
Okay.
So that is 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
1 for every person.
Icon.
1 for every
Hunchback.
person icon. I don't think I have many of those.
Yeah.
Do I?
I don't see any out.
Just one.
Yeah, you have one. You have at least one.
I have one vassal.
Those are the vassals. So.
Yeah. Wow. I only have one. One vassal. Oh, that's terrible. And 1 point for every 4 people. So that's 3 more points. 50.
50.
Wow. That was terrible.
Oh, that's okay.
I thought that was people.
Well, it's an icon that looks like a vassal.
Plus 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
13, 14, 15.
Plus 15.
65.
There you go.
Yeah, that's closer.
better.
I almost forgot to count all those points.
Yeah, you can't forget that.
All
You
right.
want to talk about it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Imperium.
The Egyptians did it.
Egyptians won
We turned the course of history.
by not as much as I thought at
Okay.
first, but that's okay.
That's good, though.
That was good. That was
I know
good.
you're still, like, thinking about it.
I am. I'm still mulling over my
How did this happen?
my strategies.
Again.
So, all right.
All right.
Let's talk
so
about
let's talk about it. So again, this is a Kickstarter. Everything's prototype. But
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about this game from a replayability standpoint.
well,
Say you.
let's say me. I think there are 5 nations.
There are 5 nations
Right.
currently.
Right. So there are the
Yes.
Carthaginians or
It's very-
Carthaginians.
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought it was Carthaginians, but I don't think that's
It's like
right.
Carthaginians.
Carthin-
That's
Car-
not right.
Carthaginians. All
like
right.
a
Well, there's them.
Yes.
There's the Celts,
Right.
and there's one more.
Um,
One more we didn't play with.
the Greeks.
Was it the Greeks?
It is the Greeks.
It is the Greeks.
Yep. So then you have the Romans and the Egyptians.
Those are a little more stabby.
Yeah.
These
they're
are
not
the
most happy.
2 least stabby
Right.
nations in the game.
Yes.
So obviously we gravitated towards those.
Correct.
But otherwise, I think then we're talking about from a replayability perspective,
Yes.
right? So clearly it's a deck builder and a hand manager. So
Mm-hmm. Right.
you've got every game's going to play differently, right? When you've got a card game right off the bat. Secondly, you've got the way that the market is seeded is very unique. It's very
Mm-hmm.
cool, actually, how you've got certain specific types of technology and regions
Right.
or territories automatically seeded based on the number of players, right? Was it 6
Exactly.
cards?
Yeah.
So you're going to have at least a good amount of cards for that specific type. So you're not getting bogged down by hoping
yeah,
something comes out.
Right. Like having to flip one deck every time, hoping you get something you want.
Exactly.
Or even if you have an offer,
Yes.
of like 5 cards, it's like, well, hope you like those 5 because
Yeah.
otherwise.
So I think that really lends to some serious variety in the way the game
Mm-hmm.
sets up, right? Your nations are all very different and unique.
Right.
Even
Yes,
in your
they are.
starting setup, because the Egyptians have many more developments
Correct.
than the Romans did.
But I get to them faster.
You do, because she only had
I think I only had 3.
3 or 4 cards that she had to weed through in order to get to the
Ascension card.
the Ascension, which allowed her to start going right into the developments, where I had to really keep pounding through my deck just to get to that point.
Yeah.
But I think that the Romans are better at acquiring territory and kind of
Exactly.
getting more people out
Yeah.
in a conquering, which is
Right.
thematically what they were.
Yeah.
Where the Egyptians were more about infrastructure and
Yes.
building up, which is really, really, really cool.
Yeah, it's very neat.
So thematically, that's awesome. I think. So I'd say from a replayability standpoint, like I would love to try the other nations to see how different they actually play.
Well, and I would like to play it also with like more people
Yes.
as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that this plays fantastic at 2. Mm-hmm. Like with the 2 of us, it's really cool.
Yeah.
The other factions, like we said, are a little bit more stabby. So like, and literally, like the cards have like a little
dripping
stab,
blood
like
dagger,
dripping blood
Yeah.
knife on them. So you almost know what cards are like the take that cards. You can even weed them out very easily.
Right, but that
If you
may
wanted to, but
cripple
you may
that
not want to do that.
nation,
Yeah,
right? Because if that's
exactly.
their strength, and
Exactly.
by stabbing we mean like the cards will have you steal resources from somebody.
Right.
They'll have you make them remove some of their sticky buildings that are up
Right.
there. They have to just put them back in their discard. So I mean, they're not really hurting people that bad.
No,
But it's
no.
just there's a lot more interaction, so that actually could be a plus for many people.
And I will say, so there's certain cards that we removed from the deck for the 2-player game
Mm-hmm.
that, and at a higher player count are included in the game, and those cards are much more interactive.
Right.
So I think that was a good choice
Right.
to kind of take those out at 2, because that's one of the things that we don't usually like at 2.
Right.
is
So there was
that much interaction.
definitely some thought put behind that, which is very good for 2-player.
Replayability wise, very high.
Say it's high for sure.
Very high.
Yep.
Theme and mechanics.
Yeah. So we touched on theme a little bit.
We did,
Right? So I think each of the empires feels thematically correct.
It
know,
does.
At least from me, from what I know about them, right?
Right.
So I felt like I was playing as the Romans, and I think the art kind of lends to that.
Right,
It kind of draws you in. Again, this is prototype art, so I don't even know how.
Yeah, and a lot you'll see. Well, I don't know if you could see it on the film, but a lot of the cards had kind of like the same
art.
guy,
Yeah.
like the same dude. But I'm sure the art is still in production.
Yeah, and there might be repeats of pictures that
Right.
wouldn't normally be repeated.
But I think it would be so cool to have like the mountains, like you actually have like the
that look like the
on
mountains,
there.
yeah, and like the rivers that look like rivers, and the shore that looks like the beach, so
Right.
like that adds more to the immersion and more to the theme. So I think I would love to see the final product of this, because I think
Right.
it could be really good. And the art, it's definitely in a more of a comic-y style. So if you're
like it.
yeah, it's definitely catchy and it's different.
Yeah.
It's certainly different than what you're normally seeing. It's kind of like a Sentinels of the Multiverse,
Right.
if you ever played that.
Yeah.
That's what these cards remind me of, which is cool. I mean, it kind of lightens up the theme a bit.
It does. And I will say, too, I really appreciated the iconography in this one. So if you're
Yeah.
somebody who kind of shies away from, especially like these deck building kind of games, because it's hard to keep track of like what's in my tableau, what do I have to do,
Right.
and what the icons mean. Everything to me was very intuitive.
Yeah, it's very clean.
I even like the pins, like which ones you're keeping on your tableau because they're literally pinned.
Yep.
Which was a really neat feature. So
Very
I think
cool.
art and design wise, which is pretty much all we can talk about, from a prototype standpoint, was fantastic.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, I would definitely like to see some variety in the
Yes.
markers. if
But,
the population could be little people, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
The materials could be like bricks or something,
Right.
or bags of grain, just something that just gives a little
Or the
bit
progress
more.
tokens to be like actual like I think they're wheels. The icon is a wheel.
Yeah,
on
they
the
should be like a
cards,
little
but
wagon wheel.
something-
Again, this is prototype, so who knows?
Yeah.
But these are just like wishful thinking. So I guess we'll see when the
do
campaign
like
goes live. Yeah, we do. But we just throw it out there what we see, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. Mechanically, right?
Right.
So here's my take on
Okay.
that. So what I expected out of this was, and you haven't played this game yet, but Imperial Settlers by
Mm-hmm.
Portal is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about a card civilization builder.
Right.
And that game is unique in its own right. So I expected this to sort of emulate that, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that this game did not emulate it in any way for me at least.
Right.
Felt nothing like that game.
Yeah.
Which was very refreshing because I have not yet played a game like this.
Yeah.
In this type of setting, and it was really more focused on building the deck and really on the hand management and just learning how to
Yes.
cycle through your deck, and with very
Not so much the tableau management.
not so much managing your tableau and then just drawing and drawing and drawing, because in that game you don't really ever build your deck. You've got your deck to start, and then you're just
Not that
weeding
that's a
through
bad
it.
thing.
No, it's
Yeah.
a different game, and I appreciate that this is not a re-theme, or not a re-theme, but like a remake of something like that,
Right.
and that it stands on its own in the way that you start out as barbarians and you rise up into an empire, and the whole
Right. game
game sort of changes at that point where you've now got access to more cards, more
Mm-hmm.
powerful moves, better technologies. And I think I just love that whole shifting mechanic, and it's just a race to get through by expanding, exploiting, and then pulling it all back,
Right,
and then
right.
doing it again. It's like,
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I would echo that too, because I think that I didn't really know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of thinking. I mean, I enjoy civilization builders, but
Right.
they tend to be like more dry.
Mm-hmm.
I think like it's this kind of thing where you sit down, and you're like, okay, we're gonna build a civilization now,
Yeah.
and you kind of go through it like very methodically.
Mm-hmm.
And this was actually like it plays very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very fun, and it was exciting. Like you kind of felt, and maybe it was like partially like the art and like we said the kind of comic-y style that like juxtaposed with the theme that made it that way. I don't know, but it was really fun to like go through the deck. And I think I've only really recently been really getting into deck builders. I used to really not understand the mechanic at all.
Yeah.
And so I would get really frustrated because I'm like, I've got all these cards. And I'm like, how are you?
Yeah, I'm like, why aren't you thinning your deck?
Right.
Like,
But
why would I want to do that?
that said, if you appreciate deck building mechanics, or if you want to learn more about how that works, I really like how, you know, you're trashing your cards into your history.
Right,
You know
you're
what I
not
mean?
losing
You're
them.
writing them into your history. You're not
Yeah.
like completely losing them or anything. And there's a lot of ways that you can cycle through your deck. So that's kind of the challenge, and finding ways to do that efficiently in this game. It's accessible and it's also really fun.
Yep.
So yeah, I was really, really pleasantly surprised with this.
Excellent. So I guess that kind of wraps up Fun Factor too, because
Yeah, it does.
we both clearly enjoyed this one a lot
really
more,
fun.
a lot more than we expected to.
Yeah.
Just because again, it's the theme. I thought it was going to be another game like I've played already, but
Right.
it wasn't, and we really were happy with how this turned out. And you know, just reading through the rules, we weren't sure. But once we got through and played a game of it, we were like, wow, that was actually really fun. Like,
Yeah.
that was good. So we kind of
I
look
like
forward.
those cards too. Like, I mean, I guess I just said that, but it's like you're not undoing this whole game and like setting out a million different pieces,
yeah.
and which we love to do,
Right.
you know. But this, I mean, I don't know what the final like box dimensions are going to be and all that kind of thing. I know it's going to have the board, but I'm thinking if it's like a smaller box game, it's like essentially just a couple decks of cards.
That's all it is,
that
yeah.
you can sort of just take out wherever and with whoever and play. So
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it here. So this is probably on Kickstarter now, so
Yep.
definitely go check out the campaign if you're interested. And that's about it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, hope you enjoyed the playthrough. The Kickstarter link will be below. We'll see you next time.
See ya.